Good morning. The Chairman Kumarai Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, our Lego Department, co-comrades and viewers. I am Mrs. Olushola, live from the KJ Allen Avenue branch. I have a domestic case and child seizure, child access denial reported by Ms. Blessing Nmezi against Mr. Anozie Nmezi. Melody, is it Melody? Okay, please join us as we interview for a peaceful resolution. Visit our website on www.hldac.org.ng and subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV. Thank you once again. Happy new month. I believe you are doing well. I wish you all the best the beginning of this year. Okay, good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Okay, let's hear your complaints. How did you meet Mr. Nmezi, and how old was the marriage before you left the house, and what led to him seizing your children?
And what happened was that I married 2007, August. So I didn't date him. I met him during my period of evangelism, money cry.
Hmm?
During my period of money cry, as in evangelism,
Okay.
money evangelism. So we get to know there, we got married. There was no courtship. So when we got married, August 2007. I knew him that year, we got married that year. So the marriage it has been a tough one. It has been well abusive. I can't talk. I don't talk in the house. I can't sit in the sitting room because this fear, like I entered the marriage with fear. So his fear alone. I remember when I was newly married, one day he called me on phone. I was about going out of the house. He called me and asked me where I am. I said I'm in the house. Just rushed back to the house, collected my phone, smashed the phone. The pastor that came with him was like, marriage is not for babies. Marriage is for mature men. He became angry with the pastor, started insulting the pastor till today. The pastor is not talking to him. They don't talk together because of that act. So I was like, what did I do? I didn't say anything. I entered inside. So the marriage has been fair. But based on where I'm coming from, my family, I don't want it to be here that I went to husband house and the only person I separated or I could not manage my home. I was enduring it. All his brothers, his sister, the mom, every one of them are aware. My own parents was like,
Where is Mr. Francis? He's first of all. Right.
so it has been like that. The beating, one night he beat me. The younger brother was there. Was pregnant, about 3 months pregnancy. I went for hospital antenatal, and the doctor told me to that is I should give myself bed rest. I was supposed to cook soup that day. So the younger brother, their last born, now asked me to bring the money. The boy has been cooking for us, has been cooking, and we have been eating. The boy has been cooking and we have been eating. So that day he asked me to bring the money so that he will help me to cook the food since I can't cook the soup. So he was the one that cooked the food. So when he cooked the soup, it's as if he was eating the soup. He was
Continue
eating,
that.
okay,
Should not
sorry,
talk
ma'am.
again
He
in my
was
office.
eating the soup. He was eating the soup, and he ate sand from the soup. So when he ate sand from the soup, he became angry and was asking who cooked this soup, who made this soup. I now told him that it was the brother that made the soup. He was asking why would the brother make the soup. I now told him that the doctor, I was not having the strength to make that soup, and the doctor asked me to have bed rest. Moreover, the brother has been cooking before we have been eating. So he started beating me. Because he normally use mop stick whenever he want to beat me. He will use mop stick. When he remove the mop, he will finish the stick on my body. So I will be crying. I cried. I
How
don't
old
know.
were you when you married?
I married at 25.
Mature days.
Yes. So I cried that day, and I used my leg around 2 a.m. I didn't know that I was going to Yanakpaja. I used my leg to trek to Yanakpaja because I was scared
From where?
from Bokono to Yanakpaja. So before I get myself at Yanakpaja, it was as if it was one woman house that I went to. So I stayed there for 1 week. He was calling on phone, but I was coming there to my shop. So all these things was not what I came for. All this thing was going on. It stopped me from my friends. My relative does not come to my place. Friends, I don't have friends, but I'm a lively somebody, as in I laugh too much, I joke too much. So people around me does not know what was going on. I see him with women. I was going with pregnancy. I saw him with a lady, two lady. One was here, one was here, pressing pimples from his face. Instead of him to be remorse, he beat me. He's friending
In your house?
in my house. No, he was in a joint drinking with the lady. So I was passing as exercise. As a woman that is doing exercise for pregnancy, I saw him. So he came and started denying the girl was not for him. And I was like, the girl in me, because I can't say it out. The girl is not for you, and you were carrying the girl on your lap. So that one was just it. It has been like that. Sometimes he use knife, use cutlass to chase me. Everybody in the compound know. I can't, when he's coming, the fear. Even my children would say, Mommy, go inside, Mommy, go inside, Mommy, go. The fear alone, has been much. So, but that is, I was keeping it. 2012, just like that, he start throwing my things when I gave birth to my first baby. Start throwing my things outside. That he doesn't want the marriage again. I ran to church to go and report him. I ran to many people. Many people called him. He threw everything. So my load
What
was
are his
outside.
reasons?
He said I was local that year. That I was local, that I didn't know how to bath. That was what he told people. That was what he said. 2012. I stayed in their village for almost going to 1 year
With the parents?
with the mother. So what the mother made a statement when my mother came. Even some of their mis people was like telling me marriage is not do or die. I just have only one child. I should drop the child and move on with my life. I decided I will not do it. I started making fufu because it's from River State. I start making fufu, making garri, and people from Port Harcourt, they were coming to buy so that I can use it to take care of myself and my baby
In his
in
village?
his own village. Yes, I didn't go to my village until I came back again to Lagos. I didn't go to my village because I didn't want, based on who they know me to be, I don't want to bring that stigma, as in that ugly story in my father's house, that he married he comot. I dictate it because my mother is a she has a chieftaincy title they gave her as Ezinne, as mother of the day. I was coping when my mother came to my omugo, the first baby I gave birth to. He locked me outside. I sleep outside like what? I can't count how many times I sleep outside. So if I sleep outside, anybody from the compound come down, you see me sweeping. I'll be sweeping as if I just came out from the house. I'll just pretending sweeping so that they will not know what that I passed the night outside there. You will be inside. I will sleep outside. I
In
gave
his
birth
house.
in his house. I gave birth to my baby. That my baby, nurse Pamin, the baby was having this stomach pain. So it was nice because he gave me his law is that I must not stay outside after 6. A woman, anything can hold me outside. So I went out to go and buy my baby nurse for me. When I came back, he locked the door. That child was crying inside the room. He didn't open the door. I was outside. My mom was crying. My mom came for me. He has a friend that is always with him. His briefcase, everything, his room is only the boy that always go there. So one day I get birth, I was sitting in the parlor with my mom, and the man just walk past us and go to his room and go and take what he send and come out. So my mother was like, is it how you people are living? There is a woman in this place, as in there is no even regard for the woman. I don't know what is matrimonial home as I did. Matrimonial bed, I don't know. His friend are the one sleeping there. If he has a friend, he sleep with his friend. I have my
Or
own.
his bed.
He sleep with his friend. I get men, any of his friend that visit him sleep in his room.
Is he a gay?
I don't
Is he a
know.
homosexual?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. So that 2012 that I traveled,
And his friend
2013,
were said to go and sleep in the room.
that's where they sleep.
Why did you sleep with?
No, I have my room. It's
Okay.
3 bedroom flat. I
Okay.
have my personal room.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So we have other separate room. So that 2012, he came back 2012 December. During that process, we see my daughter. I was doing fufu, and the mother was. I can't say. There is nothing I should say here about my ministry. I can't say everything. So I was doing fufu, and there was a generator that was on. This small generator. There is and it's a naked wire. They want to charge phone. I wanted to charge phone. My daughter went and hold the wire of that gym. The thing shock her. The thing was shocking her. It just by the grace of God. And the thing, if she comes, because I know that my daughter would like to say many things if they give her chance. But I'm not here to for anything. It's just for me to have access to talk to my children. They are my children, and I can't leave them for long. So that one, 2012, when he came back December after the Christmas, already I'm used to the village because I started making money. I'm doing my fufu, I'm doing my garri. Any market, I carry my fufu and my garri to go and sell it. So it was very fine. 2013, when he came back, he brought us back 2013 January. When I came back, all my things that was outside, my clothes and everything was all still outside. All of them got spoiled.
He left them outside.
Everything was still outside. Even as I'm talking to you, the way he threw my things out 2012 was still the way he brought my things out 2020. You know, was still the way he threw my things out. So 2013, in Igbo culture, you are not supposed a woman that is legally married, you're not supposed to drum out and still go back and bring her like that. You have to go and do some things. But I didn't do anything because I don't believe on all those things. Those fetish things, I don't believe it. So we came back that 2013. He had a friend that normally come for Cotonou. So when that one came now, he bought a car, this Camry. So I went to driving school. So he gave me the car. I was using the car to perfect my driving with a friend. So I didn't know that I want to put my leg. That was 2013. I want to put my leg on the
Break.
brake. I didn't know that it
Button.
was thought that I put my leg. The car flew up. My daughter was asking me, "Mommy, do you want to kill me?" So the car hit a wall. He said when the friend called him, he asked the friend, "Hope I die." That instead of the car to spoil, that I should die. You. So the friend had to leave. He was shocked of that word. From that day till now, that guy has not come to his place because the word shocked him. And I was the one that repaired that car. I had to repair that car and make a vow that I will not use the car again. So because I was like, he collected 25,000 naira from me to repair that car.
Then,
That time, the bumper, you know. So that 2013, that 2014, I was introduced to.
what is the problem now? What is the issue again? Ah,
I was introduced to a fellowship. So because the woman that introduced me there told me that the same case that I was having was what she was having, but when she get to the fellowship, she was able to cope in life again. So I started the fellowship. Then we worship in different church. It was just a fellowship. You go on Thursday, Sunday you can go to your church. When the woman is looking for solution, can go to anywhere. So I started the fellowship 2014. I was going to fellowship. The fellowship was really, they are giving me joy. There is a woman that used to come to birth my children if I give birth to them before my mom will come. He was the one that introduced me to that woman. Due to the maltreatment, one day the woman vowed not to come to his house because he has stick for me, he has koboko as in cane for me. If he's flogging me before people, one, the insult, everybody knows around that I am not a wife, I'm just like a maid. And I don't like it. He can go to church, he pack his children to church, I will enter Okada. We went to dedication to dedicate my child, my first daughter. And I gave my daughter, Esther. His direct name is Anozie. I called my daughter his name direct. As they called the daughter name inside the church for dedication, after the dedication, he came on the road and dropped me at the road and drove off with the girl. I had to enter Marwa to start from Ijesha to come back to check on the what is the problem? Why did I have to write his own name direct? Why didn't I write his father's name? I said, his brother's children is answering the brother name direct. None of them is answering their grandfather or great grandfather name. I don't know that this thing is an issue. I've never seen it to be an issue. And that one was a case. When my mom said a word, he told my mom that he would beat my mom to death. It is I have friends. I have friends that when they are hearing me now, they will say, so at last that I decide to do this. Even the pastor of my church, many of them know the story. He will cook up many things and hang on my head. He began to accuse me of infidelity. Don't know how they begin to collect my. I was with him 2015. I went to bury my father. That was July. My father died July. August we went for burial. He came. We buried my father. I came back September. That was September 21. That day was the very Monday that the children resumed school resumption. September 21. I will never forget that day. So when I was coming back, I came back with our last born because they said the shock of my father's death, being that she was there when my father died. She was just 15 years then, a bit 13 years when my father died. So the shock every time she stays, it's as if she's still seeing my father, that I should take her out of the environment. And I'm the only one that can take her there because I am the first daughter. So I was calling his phone, I couldn't get him on phone, being knowing the type of somebody I married. But when I brought her to go inside his room, that night was the last night he slept with me. 2015, September 21 was the last night he slept with me. What was the reason? Why did I bring I explained all the explainable things that I can explain. Later, he told the girl that I should send the girl away. And my younger brother that is with
Send
us,
which
my
your
younger
sister.
sister, that I should send her back. My younger brother, I had to send the girl to somewhere and say she should stay there. Let me know whether his spirit will calm down. Because I did not want them to know what is happening in my home. You know, the girl spent almost 2 weeks in the place I sent her, the fellowship ground. And later he was like, I should bring the girl back. The girl came back. So when a lot of things has happened in the marriage, said I took him to the church. I took him to the church like because I have a sister and I told my sister, don't be tying wrapper in my house. You are a big girl. A girl of 18, 19 years, when you come, you will use wrapper and tie on your waist, your chest. And you can go to the parlor, you know he stays in the parlor and be, what are you doing with wrapper? You don't see me tie wrapper. Why will you be tying wrapper in my house? So if I beat the girl, you see my husband beating me. The other day that I beat the girl, he beat me and used my head on the WC.
Oh my
My head
God.
scattered the WC. I came out. Then I had to go and report him in the church and say, what do you have with this girl that if she's my sister, is not your own? Then if I should discipline my sister, it shouldn't bother you because it's not from your, it's my own family. Let it be that I'm wicked to my people. It's okay by me. You know, it's a lot of things. So why I came to human rights is was my daughter, there was some certain things the teacher, I do communicate with her since 2020. 2020 I had problem with the same fellowship that I was, though later he really warned me. He told me to leave those fellowships. So I told him, I know that I was very wrong. You know, nobody can just be perfect. When a woman wants to do her own thing, she thinks she's right. He told me to leave the fellowship, and I was telling him that you are not good to me. The people that is good to me, you want me to leave them. Do you want me to just stay like that and die in depression? He said leave those people, that those people he has leave them, he has do this. Well, I did not agree, though I told him that I have left them, but I didn't leave them. Oh, when he goes out, I will sneak out and go to fellowship. Before you come back, I have already come back. So 2020 I had problem with those people. So when they came, being that he told me that if I did not leave his house with my life, that I would leave his house with death, because there is a woman at my backyard with 2 children that he's going out with. So when he now noticed that, I didn't go to find out because everybody know me, that when everybody know me, I'm talking now, that's why I never wanted to go online. I'm a minister by his grace, not because I am not perfect. I can never claim to be perfect, you know. So but people know me, many people knows me. So I don't listen to gossip. You can't tell me something that I will take. His girlfriend has once met me on top of bike going to my shop and tell me, man no love you. The first, you know, if you see the kind insult that the girl gave to me that day, I came back, I was weeping. You know, after weeping, I was wondering, I was not pregnant. You didn't marry me because maybe you pregnanted me and I used pregnancy to, or I was too old that I could not have somebody, you know. I was really thinking about it. You know, I was really, I began to reason, why all these things? You don't love me. Yes, I know. His character was telling me that maybe he married me because I'm a Christian. He wants somebody that will be praying for him, not that he loved me. Yes. And I told him, I said, you married me out of pity. It was like what? I was living inside the church. A lot of things has happened that I don't want. I was living inside an uncompleted building church. Maybe it's because of the sympathy of the uncompleted building, as I am. If I wanted to mix myself or behave anyhow in Lagos, I would get the richest man to live with. I was living in an uncompleted building. They called the church Finger of God. When the reverend I was living with at Ijesha was transferred, and I was doing my IT there, so there was nowhere I could squat. Then it was an uncompleted building church, so that I can be worshiping in the church and still be sleeping there. So maybe he just want to take me out of that place with the sympathy. I had seven suitors. He was not the one, the only one that was coming to me then. I didn't know what happened. I ended up with him. I ended up with him. The first day I went to their house as a married woman, he took me to his senior brother to go and introduce me to his senior brother. The senior brother looked me eyeball to eyeball and asked me, my pikin, as in one share in their language, have I looked round and said that is this man I want to live with? He became very furious, very angry, and dragged me. Let's go. That was the question his senior brother asked me that very day. So I had to begin to think, what did I really do? What happened? So that 2020, I had problem with those church. So they came to the house with police to report me, not for an invitation. They were giving me money for business, as in they were giving me money for business, as in the church. That problem that I had with them, instead of my husband to ask me how did this happen, he did not. I brought some of my friends to him, my good friend. She's a married woman. We went to him to plead with him, though because I know maybe his anger was that I warned you concerning these people. Why didn't you leave? He didn't. He said, okay, when they arrested me, I went to the police station to give to present myself. Along the line, I came back. In coming back to come to the house, he said I should come the following day so that we will settle everything. I was living with one sister that has a ministry in that the same street, our own street, the street that we are living together. So I was there. Then I came back with my friend to beg him and tell him I am sorry. In coming back, I saw my things. All my things was outside. It's on my phone. I snapped everything. Everything I had was outside. Tears was, I began to beg. He began to call me name Ashawo. He began to call me name. He said I wanted to commit abortion. And I was pregnant of my last baby. I didn't know that I was pregnant because that was the September I told you. September 21st, 2015. 2015. Check it. If anybody check it on the calendar, that was when the last time I met him. So I didn't know that that day I was pregnant. I didn't know that there was anything like pregnancy. After 3 4 months, I began to have this sharp pain in my tummy. As I was having this sharp pain, I had to go to my neighbor and begin to tell her that I don't know what is wrong with me. Oh, I am having, some people begin to give it name. There is an Igbo name they were calling it. I should go to Agbo. I should, because I never knew. I was not really expecting what pregnancy, because he said he wanted only two children, a boy and a girl, which I have already gotten a boy and a girl. So me personally was not expecting pregnancy. I didn't know it was pregnancy. So I was taking even ciprotap. I took ciprotap up to 5 packs because of that pain. Once the pain comes like this, was this as if my intestine want to cut into two. Until one woman, is a matron, she's a matron in health center, asked me to go and do test. I should go and do scan to know what is wrong with me, because when I've done pregnancy test, is negative. It is not telling us positive, and I was pregnant in it. Was the scan that already brought the abdomen, this thing that I did, that showed that I was pregnant. Almost the pregnancy was almost going to 5 months. The day I had it, I had to call him, because when I'm pregnant, be that I'm fat, you don't normally see it like that. It will be as if I'm adding weight. The thing will just be making me run. It will be, see, you'll be asking, why are you adding such a weight? So I now called him and tell him that I was pregnant. He began to shout. Throughout that pregnancy, it was war. The day I get back to that baby, around 2 a.m. in the night, in the morning, I began to have the sharp pain. He wasn't around. My brother called him on phone. I called him and said, I don't know how my stomach is doing me. He asked me I should die. Whether I carry Jesus, make I die. Hey, I had to take my leg, start walking on the street until my brother was trying to start his own motor so that he can carry me. He did not, the motor, the battery refused to start. I've already walked to almost going to gate. Only me, no fowl, no goat, 2 a.m. because I didn't know what to do. Even that baby, I almost give birth to to my brother's car. It was in the morning they called him and told him that I have given birth. 1 naira cloth he did not buy. It was like that very day he threw my things out. He said I wanted to commit abortion. My neighbor was there. I asked her, Shebi, did I come to you to tell you this is what is happening to me? She said yes, that it wasn't abortion. He was shut up in that man. He was shouting that I am meeting woman. I am doing for all these things. He said a lot of things. Indeed, he said a lot of things. He went to the village. My mother just died this year. He died because of the heart attack of those things. My mother just died. He went to the village and told my mother that he caught me with a woman. My mother say it's a lie. My brother say it cannot happen. They said they want to hear from me. So when my mother hear from me, they begin laugh. My younger sister, indeed, when you have lived a life that you know that there are some certain things people will not believe you can do. So no matter however they frame the thing, it can never work. So my brother say it's a lie. He began to say, I want to initiate my son, my first son, that I want to use my own child that I gave birth to do. I don't know what I want to do with him now. That I want to kill my own child, a woman that carried a child 9 months. I know that this child he only bring money for them during December for clothes. If you see my children, you will raise hand up for me. I make sure that I go naked, even if I will go naked for them to be good. When they come outside, you'll be asking me, do you normally give birth from abroad? People jealous my children. Then why I push to come here is because I could not bear it any longer. I've been monitored. If I want to see my pikin, they will be monitoring me. I want to kill my own son. I want to use my own son for ritual. I enter church. That is it. I asked him, bring your evidence. Just tell me. I can't swear for you because I don't know what to swear again. Because now I don't know what to say again. Okay, the last time I went to the local government in Koto, it was my daughter that called me and said, Mommy, don't you want to? He was feeding my daughter since 2020. I went there January 2021. I could not see them. All the text messages I used to send him. I want to come and see my children. Anytime I come, I will not see the children. You stop me from going to the school. You tell the schools not to allow me to enter the school. I register the children. They shouldn't allow me to see my children in the school. I can't go to school. The teacher that I was even sneaking out calling me, he went and reported the teacher in the school, and the husband of the teacher had to sanction the teacher not to interfere in the case. So I'm just like, it's just somebody that I don't know what to do. When will I now sit down and say, because I'm a minister, I'm ministering this, I could, sometimes I don't sleep. Yesterday night, when I see children playing, it's as if something, I want to die. No matter how strong I claim to be, it's as if I want to die. The children that have, my daughter called me and said, Mommy, can't you go to woman rights? That word shocked me. It was when they called me and said, my daughter snapped picture of her nakedness and brought to the school. Because she's 12 years now, she's in JS3. I said, Jesus, I had to call her. Chimdera, is this what I told you? She said, Mommy, it's not how it happened. Mommy, can't you go to human rights? Daddy says that you don't care about us. You don't have any. I say, is it what he's telling you people? I never want to bring him out. Say, Mommy, can't you go to human rights? That word alone, because I never want to bring my family out. When Osinachi died, somebody called me on phone and said, go and give Thanksgiving. It would have been you, nobody know you. You would have just died, Sarah. Because people that know what is happening, I don't want to call him. If it's something to bring them, they will come by millions because they know, they are aware what has been happening. I worship in a church nearby. It's a public church. I can call many people from there that will come. Is not, I don't want judgment with him. All I need to do is him to give me full access to my kids, my children. The two are girls. The other day, my daughter was telling me his younger brother that is with him. You see this man, the woman that he introduced to us, that is a nurse, that normally come to the house to treat him, treat everybody that is sick in my house, is the woman he's dating, bring to his house. My daughter was like, my son was doing birthday, and my son was crying with my daughter in the kitchen, telling the woman that they missed their mom. The woman rushed and go and told him. The man started beating the children. Why would they say they missed their mom? Why would the children cry that they missed their mom? So my children cried and she called me. Sometimes she do call me and say, Mommy, can't you come and see us? So I just came so that he will come. I took him to woman rights at Ikotu. So they invited him, they called him, they invited him. He brought his lawyer, he came with his lawyer. I saw my children. They are really well taken care of. And I greeted him. I tell him, thank you. You are trying. But there are some certain things he cannot do as a father to those girls that I need to do. So I asked him, I asked the woman rights woman, the agent, and say, ask him, how will I be seeing my children? Because I need to be seeing them often. It's, in fact, they need to even stay with me. I need to be seeing these children. And I asked him, when will I said, okay, can I take picture with my children? He said, the lawyer say I cannot do it. I said, my own children.
Which lawyer said?
He brought his lawyer to the fast food. It was in fast food they called me to go and see my children. The lawyer said I cannot take picture with my own children. I cried.
What?
I cried in the fast food. I was sharing tears. Everybody there was. I cried like a thief, you know.
Who
like
is the woman right that went there with you?
It was from Ikotu here, Ikotu local government here.
And the person was there.
Yes.
And your husband lawyer said you can't snap it.
Yes, yes. That was just immediately I left that place. I said no, I can't, because I've been watching you people on Facebook. Anytime before I do my program, I go through or I watch live. I said no, I copy the number. I have some of my members, some of my daughters. They told me they know where the place is, that I should go to Shasha. When I called them, I said I had to go. When the lawyer said that I cannot take pictures with my children, that they are still monitoring me, I became like a mad woman. They are monitoring me over my children, that he's scared that I want to kill my children. When he mentioned that my pikin snap her nakedness, who made him snap? Who gave her phone? You are the one that bought me. He said it's because of me. That he said a lot of things. I just want him to come and clear. He should tell the air, the thing, the particular thing, the one thing that is my offense that I did. Apart from don't go to that church, which I know I offended him.
Which church is that? What is the
It's
name
a
of the
ministry.
church? What is the name
They
of
call
the
it Holy Ghost School. It's just a fellowship. It's a fellowship where people gather. He warned me not to go there.
Where is it located?
It's in Jakonde there too. Number
Holy
13.
Ghost School.
Yes, discipleship class.
What do people do there?
It's just a class. It's just normal class. It was his title it to whatever he feel like to title
What do
it.
people do there?
We
Just
pray.
a class. Is it a secondary school class?
No,
Primary
as in
school
it's
class?
a
What kind
we
of-
come there, we pray. As we pray, we'll study the scripture, we dance, we sing. The normal fellowship is just normal fellowship, how people conduct fellowship.
Owned by who?
Is a woman that found it with the husband.
You just go there, sing, praise, dance,
And pray.
and pray,
Mm.
and read Bible.
We go
Right?
we have a quiet time, yes. Introduce us to a quiet time.
Which one is quiet time?
As in you set aside a quiet time in your house, a relationship with God, where you will be communicating. When you go there, you stay, you bring out your Bible, allow God to talk to you. Don't be a teacher. You must not come to God as a teacher. You must come to God as a student that want to learn.
Did you erect an altar in your house?
No, God forbid.
So which one is the quiet time in your house? You just
No,
say-
I have a space in my house there. Whenever I want to read in my bed, I just come down, I kneel down at the back of my bed. I kneel down, open my Bible. I invite the Holy Ghost, I am here. Come and teach me. That is all.
So the day you left the house, what happened that very day?
The day I left the house was the day the fellowship came to the house to bring a invitation card, invitation letter for me, because in the fellowship I have a shop, and there are some members that have a shop in the fellowship. So instead of us going to bank for loan, they used to give us small money to be using for business, mostly season like this. So we do return back whenever they need it. Whenever you need your money, you tell us, I'm collecting it so date, it will be given to you. So the day I left the house was when I had that problem with them, and him
What kind
was
of problem? You collected money from them
the
and
thing
you
is
did not
still in
pay
the
back.
court. Not that I didn't pay back. I was paying the money before the COVID-19. You know that COVID March, during that March time, the fellowship bought me a car, Lexus Jeep, Lexus 350. You know, because me, I was a minister in that fellowship. Not only me, we were about how many ministers. So, but it was as if when I entered there, the founder of the fellowship, there is a senior minister, a senior prophetess, they call her name Shade. Under prophecy, thus says the Lord. And the Lord said, I should walk with that woman, and she's a really genuine, on that message. So I became very close to the woman. Was walking like a sister. She became like a senior sister. She's an Igbo woman. We are just like a
So they
senior.
now gave you what?
They
Now
gave
bought
me,
you motor.
they bought me a car,
Mm-hmm.
a Lexus Jeep.
Yeah.
So when they bought that Jeep, I was scared because my husband was using Camry. It would be as if, like me personally was seeing it. Let this man don't begin to think we are doing a rivalry. You know, I couldn't talk to him because he was not talking to me, but I texted him message that
That's
see, I called his brother in the Port Harcourt. I called his sister. I called all of them to
that
tell
what?
that they gave me a car. This church, this fellowship, I'm into it. I called the sister even the morning that they
Were you
start.
going to the fellowship and still worshiping in another church or how?
We have a church we worship in Bride
You and
Assembly.
your husband.
Yes,
So do you the fellowship, is it ordinary day
it's
or
just ordinary day Thursdays. It doesn't stop.
does your husband work?
Yes,
Where you say he goes out in the morning to work and return in the evening?
not every time, but he normally goes out in the morning to work. In the evening, he will come back.
So
He
the
normally,
days you go for this to the fellowship, he don't normally stay. He hardly stay at home then.
he's always out. Sometimes he has even carried us to the fellowship sef. He has dropped us 1 or 2 times in that fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
He has dropped us with a car 1 or 2 times in the fellowship.
But he said he don't
It
want you
was
going there.
it was not the beginning. He didn't say. I said as time goes on, he began to ask me to leave the fellowship.
Okay, what are his reasons why he asked you to leave the
He
fellowship?
said they are not genuine.
Okay, did he just say they are not genuine, or he pinpoint some things why he said they are not
He said
genuine?
they are not genuine. That those people are occultic. That was what he said. And I told him he is not there. That if me that is there should be able to know, I counter it.
They has he worshipped there before?
No. I even told him to send his brothers or send a neutral person to come to that place and see that and watch what is going on there so that he can be able to conclude or be able. I told him that he should send people. That's how to find out a fake places. Send people, somebody that is neutral that I don't know. Your friends just point, the place. Tell the person to go there and find out what is going on that place. He didn't. He didn't.
And but he asked you to stop.
Yes.
Then you did not stop.
Yes.
For how long were you going for the fellowship before the incident happened? How many months? How many years?
I've been in the fellowship since 2014.
Mm-hmm.
This incident happened 2020.
Incident of the marriage or of the court.
Of the marriage 2020. This one now that I'm talking about happened 2020, 2 years ago.
And you've been in the fellowship 2014.
2014, yes.
And you're not talking to your husband.
It was 2015 that he stopped talking to me. based on I brought my sister after burial to the house, and I don't know his reason. Maybe when he comes, he didn't get the
Okay,
man
this
can't say any
incident now that
reason.
happened this last one, it was when the fellowship people
When
came
I
with the
had
letter
problem with me, yes,
with the fellowship.
yes, that was when he threw me out. That he warned me for that fellowship.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe it's because of the anger. Indeed, he warned me not to go to the fellowship. But when he warned me, he was not like me. I was just, let me just say, I'm justifying myself. He wasn't good to me. He doesn't talk to me. He hardly eats my food. Since 2015 till 2020, you can't just wake up the people that I'm happy with them. You want to still stop me from the people that I'm happy with them. You don't talk to me. You hardly eat my food. You live, you
Then
don't
you
answer
have
my
three
greeting.
kids.
I have 3 kids.
Because from your explanation or your statement, how wicked this man has been, how he has been beating you right from when both of you newly married, your experience from day one has never been good.
It has never been good, that's what
So
I'm
why
saying.
did you continue one child, two child, three
That's what
child
I
to
told you,
take
that
it to this fellowship
I never wanted
recording?
to have that name, quote, as in divorcee, or quote, you
Okay,
left your
are
husband
you
wife.
married now?
I'm not married.
So did the divorcee finally come?
He has not collected his bride price.
Then you are not with him
Yes,
since 2 years ago,
yes, yes, ma'am.
and you don't have access to your children.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what I'm asking all these questions?
No, ma.
Because here we don't listen to one party and run into conclusion.
I know, ma.
We have to listen to, you have to hear from your husband as well.
Yes, ma.
Because if you give statements, I can't imagine that the man is a madman.
Don't
That
worry.
from the beginning he has been doing it. And yes, I know some men can be terrible, some women can be terrible. But we still want to know what makes them to be that terrible. Because blood runs in them, and he should be in a better position to tell us why he's denying you access to your children that you gave birth to. Number one. And if he doesn't want the marriage, you are both adults, you can define the relationship peacefully without any life. I'm happy that you are alive to tell the story, right?
Yes, ma.
Sister, late sister Osinachimi has so rest in peace. I believe if the husband has chased her away and she will possibly be calling other ministers to go back and plead with the man, or stay outside while she's also begging to see her kids, I believe people will still prefer her being divorced than to be a dead person. I believe that should be our prayer for her, or our wish for her, that it's still better for her. Be a divorcee. Let the whole world know that you are a divorcee. Chris Oyakilome, I believe your ministry is not as big as Chris Oyakilome's ministry. Is he a divorcee or not? The whole world know the wife. Is she a divorcee or not? Then you talk about Chris Okoti. Your ministry is not as big as Okoti. Is he a divorcee? One, two, three, or one, two? And those that he was married to, were they divorcee then or even married now? So all these are not really excuses, but I want to believe you are saying the truth, and I want to believe the truth is yet to be out. Hence we've not heard from the man.
Yes, ma.
And our will put, I think he said he sent a letter which we have not received via his lawyer. They've called him that we're going to reschedule the date, which is willing to be in the office after this interview.
Thank you.
Because they just came in to tell me now that they called him and he said today is tight for him. He got the information late, hoping or thinking the letter got to us. In that case, they should give him another date to come and respond. Because for whatever reason, if he's alleging you and the allegation have no proof or basis, we can still advise otherwise. And if the lawyer happen to come here,
mm,
good and fine, we will be able to reason it properly and the best way to go. Because if you are a lawyer and you are married, you know what it takes to have it, to leave a child or to leave wife or husband. And yes, you can do your work because you are paid for your work. But notwithstanding, you can still advise your clients for the right thing because you are all human being. But notwithstanding, we will give a new date so as to hear from both parties.
yes, ma'am.
If possibly the man will put more light
Yes,
to
ma'am.
his reason why he's denying you access to your kids,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
why you should go through all this trauma that you have just explained to the house. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Let me read some comments. Joseph Ubani said, if I ask my wife not to be attending a particular church and she refused, I have no choice. I have no other option than to push her out of my life. Most of these business centers they call churches are corporate organization. Okay. Amadi Michael said, because he is a husband, she can worship God. They should have gone to the church and see how they do things. A woman is not a slave. That is Dennis T. Doherty. Somebody say there is some mistake some of you married women does. Your husband asks you to stop going to the fellowship and you refuse. Are you married to him or to the fellowship? Holy say, Madam, according to your story, you are the problem here. Holy, your fellowship brought to Lexus, stay your life. Well, somebody's trying to explain yours, give a full explanation of your quiet time. Quiet time is just a time set aside by someone to communicate with God. It is personal time with God. There is no big deal in having quiet time unless there is something else she is not revealing. That is Ibironke or Lafi whatever. Well, Prince Nnemeka said, Madubike said you should have told your husband about the car no matter what. Only the president is the time that it is a man that can put more light on that part of the fellowship. Okay, until we have it. No matter has the right to take away children. No man has the right to take away children from. That is Joseph Bani again. No man has the right to take away children from their mother when she's still alive. Sure. African system, once they say that you have nobody to fight for you, they will intimidate you so badly. Well, I trust President she will do justice to the case. Thank you for hoping on me, and I thank God for standing by me. Okay, Miss Gibbs, even Bible says it's your hand that will not make you to enter kingdom of God. Cut it off. How will you stop her for fellowship? Is it okay? I believe you have been following us, so you go and read the rest. message. Prince Nnemeka said the man needs to be jailed. With her appearance, she can't lie, so I can't wait to hear from you. Now you are talking because your husband advised you to back off, but you refuse. Why would the man turn to lion at you? Anyway, all words I understand it. One thing I noticed is this. I've noticed recently anyway. It is good to try to manage your relationship, right? But there are levels in which crisis and trauma will get to that you will not be able to manage. And I believe you are not just managing, because if you have called, you said you can call thousands of people that can come and witness and bear witness against him of
Yes.
what you have passed through.
Yes.
Then this relationship has never been between you and him.
No. We have never
You
put
have
hand
been,
in one plate to eat as husband and wife. For the past 15 years, this marriage is 15 years to this year. I'm married since 2007, August precisely. We have not stayed as husband and wife to discuss. It has never happened.
but is it that, well, I cannot blame you because people always make mistake. Every human being is bound to do mistake except God. It's only God that is omniscience, omnipresent, omni everything. We are human beings and we are bound to make mistake. But there is hope, there is still hope for the living. All right, viewers, just like I earlier said, we are going to give dates where the both parties can be available so that we can look into the matter and have a reasonable and peaceful resolution of her request. I believe that from what you've heard, I don't think either of them wants the marriage. The man have thrown her things out. She has stayed with with the man's parents according to her statement for over how many years, and she came back, her things were still outside despite his demand and threw those things out. And aside that, she have left for 2 years. Am I
And
right?
this one happened 20. This is not the first time he threw my things out.
Yeah.
2012, he threw my things out. That was when I went to the village and stayed with his parents.
Were your parents not alive?
They were alive. I did not want, that's what I told you. I don't want that stigma, as in stigma. She has problem with her husband, I don't want it to come to my family. So I traveled to River State in their own father's house. I started doing fufu for people to come
When
and
he
buy.
came to pick you from the family house,
Mm.
did he apologize for 3 years?
He didn't. He just came back and started shouting because some women came to meet him to ask him questions. People that saw me, the women in their village came to meet him. Some women in the village came to meet him
Came
because
to meet him in
in
Lagos.
their own house when he came back from village. So the women, no matter, they called them first, the married and the married, they came to meet him to ask him question. Why did he send me back? Because they saw what I went through. They saw what I went through
What
in
about
their
was
house.
there was his mom supporting him sending
The
him back?
mom told me, the mother told me that if it was her, that the son says that he doesn't want the marriage again, I should go. That was the statement of the mother to me. My mom, I had to call my mom. My mom came, and
In
my
that
mom
place.
in their own place. When my mom came, my mom told me that I should come and let's go. I said I'm not going anywhere. My mom came with my younger brother. I said me, I'm not going. As you see me, I'm not going anywhere. I've married. Some of the sister told me that marriage is not do or die. No man worth dying for. See, today, he doesn't talk to that his sisters because of they told me that no man worth dying for.
That is it.
Uh,
But
uh,
eventually you went out to go out of the marriage.
so I did not want. It was just so early. Just one child, and as in
I
married, and I
understand.
have a younger sister that is looking up to me. If I start having a marriage breakup, what will I now
Always live
give?
for people.
What
you
will I
always look for.
give as an excuse to it? See, today she's still on her own. No marriage is bed of roses. Every marriage has challenges. I was thinking that I will be able to manage my own. I'm not saying it. The church where we worship, if I should mention them, many of them they are aware of these things. So I'm not saying it just to get sympathy or no. No, all I need is just access to my kids. I give birth to them. He said I want to kill my children. I didn't kill them when they were in the womb. It is not. They are grown up. One is 12 years. The other one is 8 years. The other one is 6 years. It's not that I want to kill them. I want to kill them now. You should come and prove to me how I want to kill them. Since I left his house 2020, I've been staying with my reverend and the family. I'm living with a reverend. I did not live in a house. It's my reverend house that I'm staying. It's Governor Road here. Uh, So this one that happened 22, anytime he does anything, he throw my things out. The 2012, he throw my things out. I came back from the village to this Lagos. I still meet my load outside. That time, what he said was I was too local, that I did not know how to bath. I remember in the church, they told him that if I'm local, that he should polish me, he should bring me to his own standard. He gave, there was no reason. Many people came, many pastors to talk to him in that 2012. I had to go home. I picked some things that I can pick and leave the rest. The rest get spoiled. When I came back, I burned everything. I started life afresh again. Both my children, my baby wardrobe, everything was scattered. Then 2020 again, he throw the things away again, pack all my things outside. If you go to his house now, you will still see my property outside. 2020.
So why didn't you pick them? Why do you always want to leave your things outside? You are not in the house and you have left your things outside. Why do you always want to leave your things outside? Is that not part? Is that not also cause? Is there any Christianity or religion that told you that if your things are thrown outside, you should leave them until they rot outside?
His mentality. I was like, if those things are outside, you will have woman heart.
Okay, you stayed in their village for how many years? You let those things were outside until he came there and picked you based on no matter or monarch decision or appealing and all that. Not that he came willingly to apologize that he did.
He came for Christmas, so he was like, they talked to him. He was very angry with his mother then, that 2012. We came back January. He was angry with his mother for treating us the way, for all the things he had. People told him, people talked to him. I went through her. It's not what I should open mouth and begin to talk. I went through her, but I was bearing it. I was just bearing it because he has a sister that stayed in UK. I just spoke with her yesterday night. Even this morning we spoke together. That one is aware of everything. That one is aware of everything. So all I need is just for him to come and clear the road, the clear, just talk to people and give them the reason. Let me hear what I did and how I want to keep my children, that I cannot see the children I gave birth to. I've lived in this depression for long. I just need him to come and come very fast. I need to see my children and know what is happening to their life. I need to see them and know what is happening to their life. His sister, I just spoke with his sister, that stays in UK.
And what did he know?
She knows everything. Nobody can talk to him. Oh. He doesn't have an advisor. When you have a husband that you cannot pick out and say, this person, when he's going astray, that this person is who you can meet to talk to him, is the worst thing that a woman can have in life.
There's no problem. We'll pick a date. I believe you must have got them. We'll pick a date and give you a new date for him to be here. Then we can have the final.
He should tell you people what he does for a living. Because as I did now, I don't know what he does.
As I did, you don't know what he does.
As I am not Blessing, I don't know what he does.
The works in the past.
He said he do this, he do business, he do this.
But for throughout you stay with him as a man that you married, even you did not know who what he was doing. Why did you not marry him? So if eventually, if he's an armed robber, will you tell the public that you don't know what he does?
I don't have question to. I don't know.
Then you shouldn't have been touched out. You live with a man that you claim to have lived with for 15 years. You want to tell the public you don't know what
We do business
you do.
before. We do business.
So why are you not saying you don't know what to do? Are you living with him? Somebody that you left for 2 years, even if you leave somebody for 1 month, you can't say this is what he's doing. So why are you bringing such? You don't know what he does. You don't know what he does.
I
Like,
want
was
him
he
to
in partnership with you in your ministry?
I want just what I'm saying. I want just to hear from him. I want really because if you want to persecute somebody or you want to prosecute somebody, at least the person will be able to know what is the tangible reason for all what is happening. You know, I made a mistake. I admitted whatever the insult I am receiving about it, I am okay with
What
it.
is a chair?
And my mistake is because
What
don't
is a
go.
chair, Mama? Madam, listen to me. Don't touch.
Echie is village now.
Okay.
That is the name of his village. It's from River State, Echie.
Okay. Because somebody is saying, uh, it's a chairman. I don't know. Right? It's okay. Say it's an a chairman. Until then, Henry. The first time you left to the village, were your children with you?
It was one child then now, the girl. That's my
Yeah.
first baby, 2012. I gave birth to her 2010, April 10th.
She's the one that is 13 now.
She's the one that is 12 now.
12.
Yes.
The one that is asking you if you can go to a
Say,
woman
mommy,
like
can't you go to woman rights so that you have
is she
access
going
to
to
her?
private school?
Yes, she's in JS3 now.
You should, you should know. Or she visits private schools a lot. So, children of such, children of 10, 12 years, 11 years. All right, thank you, viewers. We'll be back in a moment.